Hello everyone, my name is Victor Diaz and I'm part of ISA Group. Today I'm going to share with you the experience with TOTEX or total expenditure. There are many important things that we have got from this concept, and the idea here is to share what we have been doing lately. In addition, I'm in charge of the asset management lead in this group. So basically look after the asset management practices and opportunities of improvement and work them through using good practices and so on among the ISA group. So thank you very much in advance, and let's take a look at the total experience in ISA group. For this purpose, today, we're going to be talking about ISA Group, to give you some context, then our business, and TOTEX concept as a great opportunity to measure the performance and the decision making, a better support for the decision making impact. ISA Group is an organization that has headquarters in Colombia. We are a multi-Latin company with operation and with three specific business units: the energy, roads, and communication. In addition to this, we have presence in 6 countries in South America and in Central America. We work in Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, and Brazil. In addition, we have about 51 affiliates and subsidiaries. If we go to our energy transmission business, we have about 47,000 kilometers of infrastructure in operation. In addition, at the moment, we have about 6,500 kilometers of infrastructure under construction. This is about 3.5 to 4 billion US dollar in terms of our project portfolio. In addition to this, if we go and check what is the market share revenue in the countries where we have presence, so we have about 70% in Colombia, 73% in Peru, 20% in Brazil, and 12% in Chile. As you can see in the map, there is depicted some infrastructure and the location in South America and Central America. All this infrastructure has an average time for concession of 25 years. How does our business work? And this is an example brought from Colombia. So we have infrastructure which is existing. This infrastructure was before. How does our business work? And we brought this experience from Colombia. We have existing infrastructure which is before 1999. And after that, the market took place and developed that any new infrastructure would come as part of the competition. So every bidder will submit a specification, a technical specification, and what will be the cost of that infrastructure in 25 years' time. The best offer, technical and economical, from the economical point of view, will get awarded with that bid. So for that purpose, when you look at this infrastructure in Colombia, so the revenue for the existing infrastructure, in other words, before 1999, is according to the regulation. And the revenue for new infrastructure will be according to that bid that you submitted, those annual payments that you will expect to get along those 25 years. Then, for both, you have to comply with some demands in the regulation in terms of availability. So certain amount of hours per year according to the kind of piece of equipment that you have. So it's different the window of time for a transformer or for a bay or for a transmission line. And that is part of the challenge. And you have a penalty if you have energy not supply. So in addition to this, ISA Group has developed a journey. This journey comes from the year 2000. However, in 2013, we developed a business case between 53 and 122 million of US dollars in benefit of net present value. The implementation began in 2014 till now, and in 2019, we take some information of the benefits to the board, reaching 89 million of US dollars. However, there are many other achievements along these projects in the different countries. In 2019, we achieved 4 transmission system operators certified and 2 more to go under ISO 55001. And as the video of the big picture from the IAM, it is very important to recognize that when you get the certification, it's actually the beginning of the real work ahead on asset management. At that point, you have a better understanding of where we are at, the kind of information that you need, and you have a vocabulary that allows to generate some discussions between the company or within the company in order to develop and achieve your strategic objectives. Back in 2017, we were able to assess our cost system. From that, we were able to see some opportunities of improvement in the lifecycle costing. That helped us to define, with the support of our consultant, DWPL in this case, the different application for TOTEX. In our organization, we have 4 applications. The application, the first one is in terms of the company. So even though the TOTEX is not a regulatory matter in the context of Colombia, so the company is possible to see it as a way to see the CAPEX, the OPEX, and the risks. In addition to this, we are able to go into the application number 2. The application number 2 is to develop a project, set up an CAPEX, an OPEX, and the risk. And this is actually what you are going to submit as a bid in order to compete with some other organization for the new infrastructure that is coming into your country. The application number 3 and application number 4 are applications to support the decision making, either from the very beginning. So the renewal strategy has to be into number 2 application, but when you're going to go for the decision making at the moment that you're going to do the renewal, that is something that needs a different assessment, of course. Regarding to buying assets, for example, we are using a view of TOTEX in order to decide which good is better than other, and that definition will be integrated in number 2 as well. So at the end of the day, we will be able to see 2 big applications, seeing the company as a TOTEX and seeing a project as a TOTEX. Our journey in the lifecycle costing. So our journey has kind of 2 ways. The first one begins with key business matters. This means basically that we went to our management and top management and asked what kind of questions in terms of cost they have. That gave us a view of some aspects that we were not able to answer at the moment because of the lack of granularity in some specific costs. Then we go for a business structure. Business structure is basically I can see the ISA group, then I come down to the business, then I can see the energy, the roads, and the telecommunication. Then in the energy, I can go to the transmission business, then move down to every company, and then the regions, because that is the way we usually do the operation and maintenance using regions. I'm going to the lower level of detail that would be something like the minimal building block. That building block is the way we get the revenue and we get the assessment on our quality in terms of service, availability, and energy not supply. And that is the structure that we are talking here. At the same time, we were assessing our processes and see where we had opportunities for improvement. And we found that our bidding process has some room for improvement, and we define a standardized value chain for the transmission business. This work articulated gave us the opportunity to see in the market what kind of tools we could support to develop this concept, and we ended up having SAP PAPM, Profitability and Performance Management, as well as SAP CPM, Commercial Project Management. These 2 modules will help us to the life cycle cost management in ISA Group. So, CPM, what is the situation right now? The situation is we have solutions developed in-house using Excel, not necessarily integrated, and that they are not connected with the costing system. On the other hand, what we are looking into the CPM is an environment where we can work in a collaborative way. We have a workspace where we can actually share information. We have a cost planning project or the view of the financial plan in 25 years or even more. We have the opportunity to manage project issues, the management of change in projects, which is something very important, and the management of risks. That is key as well. So the benefit of this will be to get a single source of truth, but in addition, to have like a tracking way to check where the costs are going and where can I find mismatches between the planned and executed. On the other hand, the profitability and performance management, the actual situation is that we are working too much with SAP or SAP, and SAP has a very rigid structure. This still allows us to fulfill the requirement from our regulators and benchmark, and of course the control for day-by-day process. PAPM will allow us to get a more granular and flexible information to support our decision making. So the benefit at the end of the day is getting a better detail of the quality cost along with the work in the value chain, the structure, and the standardization will help us to do some benchmarking internally and to get good practices and opportunities of improvement as well. If we move closer to the TOTEX, and this is exactly what we are looking to have by the end of this year, is we have a CAPEX, we have an OPEX, and we have CPM and PAPM. The way this is going to work is we have a TOTEX plan for a new project. This TOTEX plan will gonna be developed in CPM. If you get the bid awarded, then that CPM information is gonna move to PS, which is the project model on SAP. And then you're gonna be able to do the assessment of the performance of the actual TOTEX. This is going to be performed in PS and PM. With this information, you can view the reporting through CPM and PAPM. It is important to mention that this is going to support not only new projects. We look for that existing infrastructure that we talked before, in which you might not find all the information from the very beginning of that infrastructure. So you might not have all that information available. So what you are going to have is to develop a baseline of the TOTEX from now on, and then you do the follow-up and see how that links with respect to the actual information. And from that, get opportunities of improvement and to check good practices as well. This is very important in the way we are moving. The expectation of this project is that we're going to have this developed along this year, and for the other countries by 2022 should be done. So in terms of reporting, we are not looking only to check the reports and the kind of information that we have. We want to go into analytics as well and to check how can we predict things that we are doing at the moment and to improve, of course, our processes. So for that matter, we are going to use SAP Analytics Cloud, and this is going to give us some view of profitability, some view of cost, and view of the budgets. This is very much what we are doing. It's a very big challenge. It has a lot of resources involved and certainly different people with a very diverse background in this. We look forward to improve our management, our decision making, and obviously our performance as well. For more information, you can contact me, and I certainly very much appreciate your attention today, and we are willing to help. And if any doubts, any comments, we are looking forward to see them. This is my personal contact, And if you need any help, just let me know. In addition to this, these are the contacts from my organization, and we are working in order to improve our asset management capability and to achieve our 2030 objectives as a strategy. Thank you very much.